Everyone, welcome to another episode of Ezra Miami Podcast. We have a special guest in the building. Before we get started, I want you guys to like this episode, subscribe to the channel, and share with some friends. We're trying to build some great things here on this platform, and I hope you guys find a lot of value. All right, I'm your host, Ezra Miami, and we have a special guest in the building. We have Widlinn Pierre. Did I say your name correctly? Did I say it correctly?
It's so crazy because he was my last supervisor.
I know. We used to work together, guys. I was her last. We know her as Wiggy. We know her as Miss Wiggy. All right, but it's Widlinn Pierre.
Yes.
Widlinn Pierre. See, it's been a couple years. You know, we went through COVID. But
right.
Miss Wiggy, how you doing today? How's everything? Good to see you.
Thank you for having me. I'm good, Mr. Ezra. I'm just happy to be here.
Yes. I'm happy that you're here. You're doing some great things. Miss Wiggy is a makeup artist. She's been a makeup artist for a couple of years now. Introduce yourself to the audience. Tell us a little bit about, yourself and what you do.
Hello, everyone. My name is Widlinn Pierre, but I go by Wiggy because it's a lot easier to remember. And then it's a nickname that I got when I was a teenager. So we're not going to get into that right now. But I am a makeup artist. I have been doing makeup for the past now about to be 11 years.
Wow.
And I'm so happy that I started this journey. It has been a very long journey, very, daunting. It has its moments, but I'm happy because makeup has been so good to me. I've been able to meet so many amazing people. And even though when I was starting and all of that, I wanted to quit, but I didn't quit because of my mentor. She's like, keep going. And so here we are today.
What was the earliest memory of you having a love for makeup?
So if you're old enough to know about Mary Kay, my mom was, you remember Mary Kay? So you know. My mom, Haitian immigrant. She came here in the United States, wanting a better life. And my mom used to work at Publix, but on the side, she did Mary Kay. She sold the Mary Kay beauty products, and she would go door to door, or she would have these like facial parties and makeup parties and stuff like that, selling the products. And so I was with her because I was an only child. So my mom couldn't afford like daycare, and she didn't trust me anyone anyway. So she took me with her. And so because of that, yes. So because of that, I just kind of fell in love with it. And then fast forward, this is like summertime, and I'm like getting ready to go to like the 7th or 8th grade. I'm at Tucson Liberty.
Oh, you went to Tucson? Yeah, I went to Tucson too. Tucson Elementary.
I went there for summer school, and I started a makeup club. I stole makeup from my mama. She didn't know.
Hold on. So you were in the 4th, 5th grade, and you started a makeup club?
Yeah.
Wow.
I started a makeup club.
I mean, I love I love that, the leadership, the go get it attitude, but you still in over here, man. I can't condone that.
Hey, listen, we had to do. So in the makeup club, I was a leader. I told everybody, get makeup from your mom, come to school, and we gonna do our makeup.
Miss Wiggy started a little makeup gang. Yeah,
yes. And so our makeup got confiscated. I got in trouble. I actually got kicked out. Everybody else stayed, and I got kicked out. I got kicked out. And I don't know how I passed, but I still ended up passing, going to a 5th grade. But yeah.
So hold on. Wait. We gotta go back. So they confiscated y'all mom's makeup, all y'all mom's makeup. Yeah. So so now, first of all, you thought your mom wasn't gonna find out. Now she getting a call from the school.
Yes.
That she's about the makeup that you stole that they confiscated.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Man. Listen, that's entrepreneurship, man. Listen, you find a way to get it. You found a way to you a hustler for real. You a
For
hustler.
real.
They was messing up your hustle.
They were, but we had fun but I got kicked out.
Oh
But
man,
that's my youngest memory with makeup.
that's a crazy story. You so first of all, your friends that followed you, like they thought that was a good idea. Yeah, I'm gonna take my mom's makeup and come to the school and we're gonna start our own makeup club. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy. So okay. All right. So we got Miss Wiggy here, had a whole little Haitian makeup gang going on in little Haiti. So all right. So who were your mentors? You talked about, your mom
Mhm.
doing Mary Kay. Was she one of your main mentors? Did you have any other mentors along the way when it came to becoming a makeup artist?
So it's funny because when I first started makeup artistry, I reached out to other artists. It's like, hey, I'm new. I'm looking for some guidance, and I got shut down. I got shut
Wow,
down.
really?
Yeah, because I don't know. I guess they felt like because I'm new, and I was young. I'm in my 20s, early 20s. So they're like, oh, she's gonna try to replace us and whatever.
Mm.
And so I just did what I knew was figure it out, use my common sense. And at the time I was in college at St. Thomas University. Okay. And I started doing makeup on my mentor. Her name is Dr. Shirley Planton. She was my first person that I did makeup
Dr.
on.
Shirley Planton.
And so she was my my face model. And then I worked my way to all of my other friends. And then that's when I started doing makeup on campus. I would
Okay.
go dorm to dorm. We weren't supposed to do that, but
You out here breaking laws. You thought we thought you would learn from elementary, and now you in college, continuing the same shenanigans.
the hustle don't end. But this time I was
Hey,
getting paid, so
okay,
I would
okay.
do makeup for the girls when we were going to the club and whatever. And so it just worked out that way. And my mentor was really the one. Like I will never forget during COVID, I was like, you know what, I just want to give up because it's like nothing is working
Mm,
for me. And she's
right.
like, oh, you already started, you already came this far, just keep going, just keep going. And so that's pretty much it. So it's just my mentor, my friends from my friends I grew up with, my friends from school, and then it turned to customers, and the rest was history from there.
And that's a great point that you just mentioned. A lot of entrepreneurs, when they start businesses, they start off by doing you know or mastering their skills with friends, family, anyone that's close to them, that's willing to, hey, yeah, use me or whatnot, and then you start to build the reputation, and I think that's very powerful. A lot of people think that, oh, I need a funding. I need $1 million. I need this. I need that. To get clients. Like sometimes you just got to start where you at.
Right.
And who's around you. Everybody may not. All your friends and family, they may not support you. That's cool, but you have a few that will, and that's all you need. And that's great. That's great that you were able to have people that because I know makeup is serious. So when people allow you to do that on them, that means they really trust you. They really, they really believe in you. That's great. That's great. Okay. Okay. So you started, you started hustling in college and doing people's makeup, doing friends' makeup and everything like that. What would you say was like your big break? I know you're doing some big things now, but tell us about, when you felt like, okay, I'm really a makeup artist, like professional.
Hmm. I would say, when I got my first wedding, when I did my first wedding, and the couple was from out of town, and
Mm,
they found my work from, I think, Facebook, and for some reason
nice.
I kept getting a lot of clients from Chicago, like
Wow.
Chicago. Every time they would come to Miami, they found me, and it's like Chicago,
Wow.
Chicago. So shout out to Chicago. Yeah,
Shot town.
that's how.
Well, that's great. Okay.
I'm like,
That's
okay,
great.
I'm not just in Miami. people in Chicago know me too. So that was like a big break for me.
The power of social media,
Yes.
which is great. Okay, so I know you're doing some big things now. Ever since, yes, I used to be her supervisor, guys, but she, I left. I think I left before you. Before you left.
We left the same time.
We left. Oh, that's right. We left around the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we left the organization that we were in, and I left to start my journey as an entrepreneur, and so did you as well. And I know you're doing some big things. You're doing movies. You're doing makeup artists for Mase and for Camron on their show. It Is What It Is podcast. Talk to us about how it has led you into different spaces.
Well, I was preparing to be a set makeup artist before I was even on set.
Okay.
I used to watch this Canadian makeup artist, and her work, all she does is set work. So movies, commercials, TV ads, and all of that, and films. And so I would study her videos, and I would watch the things she would have in her kit. And I'm like, okay, because I prayed God, I said, God, one day I want to work on set. And I literally wrote that down. I still have the paper. I said, one day I'm going to be a makeup artist that works on set for films, TVs, commercials. Wow. And it literally happened.
Man, that's amazing.
Happened. So I was so happy to be a part of it, because it happened because of my willingness to always tell people, hi, how are you? I went to beauty school shortly. And when I went to beauty school, it was kind of like almost like the beginning of the pandemic. We didn't really know what it was. I think after or before the shutdown. And
Gotcha.
Miss Ezra, I'm very social, I'm bubbly.
Yes, you are. Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so I remember there was this young lady, her name is Samantha. Shout out to Samantha. I would always talk to her. I talk to everybody, even though some people probably didn't want to talk to me, that's fine, because they're like, oh, she's so friendly. That's fine. And because I would always talk to her, she would always open up to me and tell me the things she's going through and whatever. And they all knew that I did makeup. So when I left the school, I didn't get to finish beauty school. Unfortunately, that's sad. Hopefully I get to go back. One day she sends me a DM and she's like, hey, I think this would be great for you. It was a flyer for a makeup intern for a film. And I'm like, okay, let me just reach out. And I reached out. I called the number. The person didn't answer. The person name is Shaz. She didn't answer. But then she called me back. And she called me back. She was like, hey, yeah, this is an internship. It's only $50 a day.
Wow. $50 a day.
$50 a day for like a 12-hour day.
Woo. Wow.
That's a major sacrifice.
Yeah. I mean, but they did say it was intern. They did say it was intern position. Okay, so they got away with that.
They got away with that. So all right. So I was like, oh my God. I'm like, she's like, do you want to do it? It's a great opportunity and you get more opportunities from it. I'm like, that's a long time. But I say, you know what? I'm a risk taker. I say, you know what? I'll do it. It was for like, I think a week or like 6 days, something like that. I did it.
Wow.
I got there. When I got there, I met the director. The director, we've been Facebook friends for years. And I've never spoken to him on Facebook or anything. And when I saw him, I said, oh my God, we're Facebook friends or whatever. And so when my work was seen by a young lady named Bree, she showed the director my work, and then he approved it, and then that's how I ended up on set. And from that moment, then the director name is Director Antoine Smith. Everything he had, he always, hey, you want to do this? Music videos. I remember my first time working with Camron. I think it was on a boat for 2 days. I met Camron through him. And then ever since then, I've just been working on projects. And on that same set, his producer name is Kevin Spence. He has been a very instrumental as far as, making sure everything goes well and all that. And he always makes sure like I'm good,
Yeah.
And so he started his own production company. and I've been working with him on the show. So he produces It Is What It Is. I've been working with Camron the longest, for about, it seems like 2 years on and off, but it's been consistently for this past year. And then I started working with Mase because Mase came on the show.
Right.
So yeah, it's just been a domino effect. It's a matter of, you say hello to someone, you're nice, you never know what's on the other side of that hello. So you got to make sure when some plays don't be like, oh, I'm stuck up, I ain't gonna say nothing to nobody. Because if you rude and nasty, if I was rude to that young lady from the school,
Oh yeah.
never
Right.
been where I am today.
Wow. That's amazing. Like just like you said, the domino effect,
Yeah.
and I know, like, in the film industry, relationships are very, very important.
Right.
Very, very important. It's, yes, you could be very skillful, but it's not just being skillful, but are you, someone that you could that I could work with. Because if you're doing 12-hour days, I need to make sure that, yeah, we ain't gonna be fighting all the time. Where we gonna get some work done. We can actually we have some type of enjoyment, some type
Right.
of with each other, like as far as everyone being professional and stuff like that. Man, that's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you. So that was your first time on set, was
Yeah.
the intern, and it was 12-hour days for 6 days.
So that was not really my first time on the set, but that was my first
Okay.
time on film. So
Gotcha.
I was on set one time for a Grammy award winner guitarist. I don't remember his name. I
Mhm.
got I did that gig like a year before that one. And I just did his makeup for his music video, but that was a music video. But my first film was that one. Was with that company.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing. Okay. So Miss Wiggy, so talk to us about, so you're doing big things. So with you as a makeup artist, where do you draw your inspiration from? Are there other makeup artists that you look at, that you study? Where do you get your inspiration from?
I get my inspiration from, and it's so funny because I kind of tie my work to music. And the
Mhm.
reason why I say like a music artist, like anyone that knows me know I love Beyonce. Beyonce doesn't come out with an album for a while, and that's because she's creating, she's doing research, she's doing this, she's doing that.
Right.
And that's just how I am. I like to create when I feel when I'm inspired. Like what I'm doing now when I do set work, it's
Mhm.
basically I'm grooming the men, I'm putting makeup on the women, and then that's pretty much it. But like when I decide to do my own creative shoots, those I take like sometime it could take a month to plan, sometime 3-6 months to get all the moving pieces together to make sure that the look comes together. And
Right.
so for me, I do get inspiration from other artists, but mainly it's whatever's in my mind. Like I had an idea to do a shoot with a photographer. We did like the Brady brunch type of shoot where you have everyone is
Like
a square
blocks.
in the
Right.
blocks.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And so I got the artists, I got the models, and it worked out. And you go on my page on my Instagram, you'll see the looks that we did. It's kind of like avant-garde, not like something a makeup you'll go to a wedding or something, but it's more creative.
Right. Right.
So I'm working on some projects right now with that, but that's mainly where I get my inspiration from. It could be from like TV, song, or anything, but typically that's what it is.
When you get a call to go on set, whether it be for a show or for film, like take us through the process of someone calling you. Like, do you bring your own makeup? Like, what's the process for a makeup artist when they come on set?
Typically, you get the call. You go over the specifics as far as how long the shoot is, what kind of shoot it is, what's the rate that they're offering. You can negotiate your rate, because sometimes some shoots have their own budget, and your rate that you're offering, they may not be able to do it, but you're able to, come to a happy medium, or sometimes you say, no, I won't be able to do it, right?
Gotcha.
So sometimes they give you call sheets. Call sheets, basically, it's a paper you give via email or text that tells you the weather, where to park, what a hospital is, what scenes we're going to shoot. And then sometimes you get something called a treatment, which gives you the concept of the shoot. For film, I always ask for the script because I have to read the whole script. I can't read part. People don't know that. You have,
and that's something that you just learned to do, or someone gave that to you as a tip.
I learned to read the script because I realized when I would get to set, I either underpriced myself, my work, because I had to do a special effects, and I didn't know. So I said, okay, I learned from that one mistake. I said, let me ask the next time. Let me say, hey, can I get the script? I go over the script. Sometimes they make you sign a something to sign so that you won't share with anybody else.
Right.
I go over the script line by line, and if I'm doing special effects, I know it sound. I have a story about that. I know it sounds crazy, but I would underline the parts that were the bloody scenes, so I know in my head these are the bloody scenes.
Right.
And I would take something we call a face chart, which would have a face of a regular person, like it's printed, like how you do like the kids coloring. Imagine a face, and I would have to make notes. This is scene, this, that, put a scar. And sometimes a scar that is above the eye won't show up until 2 scenes down, but we're shooting 2 scenes ahead, or sometimes so I got to take note of that, because there's something called continuity. If for whatever reason I'm not there, if they decide to reshoot the shoots, I can give the makeup artist the notes that I took.
Right.
He or she know, hey, during this scene, put this scar. I take pictures so that they can recreate it.
Right. You can't have somebody in the fight, and then the next scene they look like a pretty boy. Like, hold on, wait a minute, nah, somebody messed up.
Right. And listen, I have made mistakes. I'm not gonna lie. I made a mistake one time in the film, and you learn from it, and you do your best. But for the most part, you have to make sure continuity is there. And I remember I was working on a film with Kimani Marley, and I had my iPad open, and it had all the red lines. But he was one of the writers, so he saw that. He thought I was correct. Red means something wrong with it, but really that was my indication of red mean blood. And so he looked at me like why? What's she trying to say about my writing? But he doesn't know that that's what it was. So Kimani, I was not trying to mess up your script. That's my indication of blood.
Like, oh, you think you better than me, huh? Oh, you can write this. Go ahead and write this. Let me leave.
Right.
Oh, bad. But that's good, and that's so much, and it makes sense for real. Like just what you talked about, reading the script, I never thought about that. Like, and yeah, for real, when you watch movies, it's like, oh, hold on, he just had a, wait, he had a red shirt. Did he just go and change? Like, it just makes sense. Like for real, like you have to make sure that it stays, no one questions, when they're watching the film, because everything is lined up correctly. That's great. Okay, so let's talk about makeup, Miss Wiggy. What are some of the most common mistakes people make with makeup, that you wish you could correct? What's some of the mistakes that people make with makeup that you wish people would know and fix?
So not a makeup artist, just a regular person?
Or both, is up to you, how you want to answer it.
I would say being clean. I've seen some makeup bags from women, the everyday woman. It looks like it's a mudslide. I
their
mean,
makeup kit, like their makeup
yes,
bag and kit and stuff. Like, okay.
yes.
Or they're not managing it well.
They're not managing it well. Clean it once a week, please.
Mm,
Because they're always complaining, oh, this product is not good. It's breaking me out. No, baby, it's the brushes. It's the
mm,
brushes. You're not cleaning your brushes once a week. You're not, and it's so crazy because I clean my brushes with something I get from the Dollar Tree. It's the
right.
Dow antibacterial soap. It
Mm,
takes all the makeup out, and it it's antibacterial.
right.
That's what I use to deep clean my brushes. And I have a professional product that I use to clean them, like spot clean them on the go. But
Mm-hmm.
I really wish women could please clean your makeup brushes. Your brushes, wipe down all of your product, especially like during COVID time when
Yeah.
yeah. And sometimes I know like people like to share, oh, can I use your lipstick?
Yeah, that makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes
So
sense.
that's the only thing. I feel like in makeup there are really, in my opinion, there's really no rules, but
Right.
to make sure you're clean. Same thing with the makeup artists. Like I've seen some kits I'm like, oh my God, I wouldn't even let them touch me with a 10-foot pole.
I
And
mean,
they're washing their brushes in the bathroom.
mm,
Imagine your makeup artist is washing her brushes, his or her brushes in the bathroom where they poop, pee, and do all of
ooh,
that.
Lord.
So I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that, but I just really wish people just be more hygienic with
Right.
that.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. Like even for fellas, like we go to the barbershop, like okay, you gotta spray the clippers with some alcohol, you gotta make sure you gotta use a different razor, when you taping us up or whatnot, like it's just, because when you're on somebody's face, and you just never know, it could pick up germs from somebody else, and you never know what they got, and this world is crazy, man. We live in Florida, so Florida already crazy.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure, hey, keep your germs to yourself. But no, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, making sure that if things are sanitized and clean for the next, client that you're going to be using, these brushes and product on, makes a lot of sense. Okay. Okay. Um, what products do you like? What are some of the products that, like, the makeup products that you like? I'm a guy, so I don't know, like, I know Rihanna got a line, other people
Yeah.
have lines. Like, what's some of the products that you really like to use when you're working with clients?
I love I consider my makeup style more skin. So I
Okay.
love foundations that
Mhm.
make the skin looks like you could still see the person natural beauty, but you could tell that they have
Yes.
little makeup on, right? Just to
Right.
cover blemishes and whatnot. So in no particular order, Estee Lauder Double Wear. Um, for the men, I love Dior Backstage because it's waterproof. It
Mm.
looks really good on men's skin. I don't know why. Like I use that on the guys. I use that on Cam and Mase,
Hmm.
and their skin looks absolutely amazing. Um, what else? Fenty, of course.
Okay,
If you
that's
want,
Rihanna's brand.
that's Rihanna brand.
Okay.
For the
Hmm.
for the ladies who have like dry skin, I would say go towards her brand because even though she has a soft matte line, when her first foundation that came out, I find that after a few hours, it turns a little shiny. And
Hmm.
I noticed that women from the Caribbean, everything got to be matte, 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 powder, powder, powder. They don't like no shine. So if you don't like shine, don't really go towards Rihanna brand, but maybe go towards Estee Lauder Double Wear, which is like a matte formula that I really love. So I love Fenty. I do have Fenty in my line. I use Fenty for people who have like dry skin. So that's pretty much it. Those are products that I like.
Have you noticed any trends, as far as, when you first started, with makeup, like different techniques, and do you see any new techniques or new trends now that people are doing?
I'm gonna have to say the lashes. When I first started, we didn't have those big caterpillar lashes, the big lashes. It was not a
Oh
thing.
Lord. The big
Um,
caterpillar lashes, the big butterfly wing lashes.
yeah, it was not a thing.
And they got lashes on cars now. When you drive around Miami, they got lashes on
Yeah,
cars
looking like
on the
this.
headlights.
To each his own. My style, I like a very classic style.
Mm-hmm.
I ask my clients, "Hey, would you like to put some lashes on?" And they say yes. I have more, naturally suited lashes. Even if they're short, medium, or long. But I do have the dramatics because when I do music videos, the girls they want it.
Right.
And some clients do want the dramatic over the big lashes, but I really just can't get with it. And I would say that's pretty much it. I would say maybe the over highlighting, putting too much light. Um
Mm.
I think it sometimes it could look a bit drag if you overdo it.
Mm.
If that's a
Right.
look you're going for, that's okay. But I think less is more, or just put just enough. But that's just me.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know everyone is different, as
Yes.
far as
Yeah.
how they want to use the makeup. Me personally, I like all natural,
Hmm.
but when my wife, hey, when it's a wedding or something, if she puts makeup, I'm just like, whoa, wow. It just does something, it just does something,
Right.
for women when they wear makeup. That brings me to my next question that I have for you. Makeup has been a staple to enhancing a woman's look, right? you know, um, what is your take on the, let's say, as a black woman, what is your take on the image of women or black women, if you want to be more specific? How have you seen their image, not just makeup, just image in general, as far as how they present themselves? What is your take on the state now when it comes to the image of women?
I noticed that everyone has a similar style, but there's still some individualism within their style,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because like I said, I mentioned the lashes, but there are some girls who that's all they wear, lashes and maybe a lipstick. And I
Right.
like the fact that they feel like, okay, my skin is okay. I don't need to put all the foundation and all of that, but I'm gonna make sure my lashes done. I'm gonna make sure
Mm-hmm.
I have lipstick on, and I'm good. Some girls are just, I'm gonna put a gloss, and that's it. Like one of the girls that I work with, she's the host of It Is What It Is. She's very big on her eyebrows looking a particular way, so she does her own eyebrows. And
Mm-hmm.
because she's so young, she is a part of like the trends, but she still has her own identity with the eyebrows. And I make sure I make her makeup look as youthful because she's young. I don't
Right.
do over contouring on her. I don't highlight her too much because she still has that youthfulness, and you still want to see that within her. And so I think that's what it is. Like, all women, black, whatever race or and whatnot, have their own individual style, but they're still on trend, right? With the lashes and all of that. But you can still see that they like their stuff a particular way. Like, for example, Nicki Minaj loves a good long wing. Like,
Oh yeah, she has
yeah,
that like Egyptian type of
yes,
look. Yeah. Okay.
that's her thing. And I think there's a meaning to that. I forgot. But and sometimes I like to do a long wing too. I find it that when I do a long wing and I just put mascara, it just makes it elongates my eyes.
Right. Right.
So, what, to each his own, but I think that everyone should just do whatever you want. Like, now, if you work in a corporate America,
Oh yeah.
yeah, look at your company's mission and culture to see if that works, because some organizations, you can go to work with like a pink lipstick and you'll be fine. But if you work for like maybe like a Publix or something that's more conservative, like
Right.
if government, you won't be able to do anything past a red. Or if you do a pink, you would have to be of a lighter hue, and you would
Mm-hmm.
have to do like a really natural pink. So It all
Right.
depends. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think about it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Everyone find their lane, what works for them, what kind of accentuates the things that they want to highlight. So my next question is for men. Like, what's your thoughts on men when it comes to like skincare, makeup? Is that something that men should do more of? Like, what would be your tips for men when it comes to skincare or makeup?
When it comes for the men that sit in my seat, a lot of them have the best skins ever. I'm looking at your skin
Mm.
right now; it's very good.
Oh, thank you. I try to
Very
drink
good.
my water. I try to drink my water.
Right. So, all the majority of the men that I work with, they have really good skin. They might have some dryness because if they're smokers, that will show up in their skin.
Mm.
If they don't if they don't eat healthy, if they don't drink water, I can also notice that too. But other than that, the only thing is I would say, yeah, just drink a lot of water, exercise, eat healthy. That's for anybody. But for
Right.
men, if you ever want to put makeup on for whatever reason, I would say get something that's translucent. There's the powder that I use for the men. It's
Mm-hmm.
called RCMA. I use it for everybody. It's RCMA. It takes the shine away and it adds no color. So if you're a
Mm.
little shiny, you put it on and you want to do interviews on set and you don't have a makeup artist at the moment, you just buy that for like $12. You put it on your face and it take the shine off.
Okay.
But if you want to go more elaborate with it, I always tell people Dior. The Dior backstage is waterproof, it's transfer proof. It looks like it's your skin. No one will know you have makeup on. It's like it's undetectable. And so yeah, but that's the thing. Like the men when they sit in my chair, they are so happy to get their makeup done. They take their cameras out, they're
Really?
recording. Yes,
Oh, wow.
yes, they're very excited. And I also give the men face masks. So if I now
Okay.
there's a lot of skincare for men now. For Mike, I have like 3 kits. I have a kit for men only. All like I have like razors and ties and t-shirts and everything that they possibly could need because I'm that makeup artist. I have a little extra. And I
Uh-huh.
have and I have my main make kit and then I have my bridal kit. And so with my male kit, I have face mask that is just for men. It's bigger, it
Mm-hmm.
covers their face. I leave it on for 15 minutes and it just helps hydrate their faces and it makes
Mm-hmm.
the application even smoother. So the mask that I use is called Bro Mask. You can find it on Amazon. If
Okay.
you click the link in my bio on Amazon storefront, is in there.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. If you have the link, send it to me. I'll put it in the description so we can
okay.
go and check that out. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta,
yeah.
I gotta. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So stuff like that. And also it's very simple. Sunscreen. If you want to look
Sunscreen.
the youthfulness for anybody, even if you're black or not, still wear sunscreen. And that's for
Hmm. So for you, Miss Wiggy, I mean, you're doing a lot of big things. So what are your goals professionally? You are now doing you're on set for films, you're on set for shows. What's your goal now as far as what you want to do with, as a makeup artist?
I'm leaning more so now towards bridal. I love bridal. I know, like I join a lot of bridal groups, and I hear
Mhm.
the cries of makeup artists dealing with bridezillas, and I love it. And I
Oh,
say that,
you like that? You like the bridezillas? They be happy one moment, they be mad the next, they be crying in
listen,
my good. I couldn't do it. I see Diana. I see my wife. She'll watch the show. I'm like, these people crazy. These people
a
are
lot.
crazy.
I realized in working as a makeup artist, and then also working in my past life as in the nonprofit sector, I've
Hmm.
dealt with so many people. When the brides are acting like that, it's because they're really scared. It's a big
Mm.
leap. You got to give them grace. It's a lot going on. So sometimes it might be the wrong decision, but they still want to go through with it
Ooh.
I had one time I had a bride tell me, "Oh my God, do you think it's the right decision?" And in my head, I'm like, "You already paid me, ma'am. It's the right decision."
Whatever you want me to say, whatever gonna make sure them checks keep coming.
Right.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say no. It's
I'm
like,
here to help you.
today is a wedding day. This is the right decision. That's
Yes.
it.
Oh man.
So that's what I'm really like focusing on. I love dealing, because you deal with the moms and the friends, and I have the it's like I'm part of that experience with them, like.
Yes.
And some of the brides I still talk to this day, and they send referrals and whatnot. But I love it. I love bridal. I find that it's a passion of mine, and I know a lot of people. Some people are leaving that industry because they can't deal with the personalities of the bridezillas. But when you sit down with them and you get to know them and you say, "Hey, I'm going to be here for you." In whatever capacity, call me. You give them boundaries. They calling you after 7:00. You're not going. Don't answer. Don't answer. If you answer, you breaking the boundary. And so it's just give them grace, because it's a very stressful moment for them. They just want to make sure everything is perfect. And if you just reassure them, a lot of the time they don't have that reassurance that they need from like their sometimes from the planner. Sometimes the planner go missing, and then I'm coming to do their makeup, and they mad, and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on? You want to take a few minutes? You want to eat something? You want to drink?" She's like, "Oh my God, the planner!" And I'm like, "Okay, let's calm down." And then you find the maid of honor, you find their mom, and then they work it out, and then she comes back, you do her makeup, and you send her way. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But
you bring them peace of mind. Hey, sit down. Just tell me all about it. Let me go ahead and put this on.
Right.
Because and that's good too, because it's all about. I mean, that is a profession that is customer service like heavy. Customer service is important. You're very intimate with that person, as far as making sure they're comfortable and everything, and making sure you make them look good in a good light, because when the pictures come out, they got that makeup got to be on point. Have you ever dealt with a client where you're like, okay, you know what, nah, we can't, you just had to cut ties, you just had to cancel, or just I can't stop?
Knock on wood, no. I've had a client that was a little mean to me one time. And so it's crazy because I was such a big fan. Hey.
Oh wow.
But someone told me, "Hey, he's having a bad day, so that's why he's giving you." I said, "It's okay. He's human." I gave him grace.
That's good.
I won't say who it is, but
oh yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want no. I don't want nobody coming for me.
It's not Camron, Mase, because they're really kind, sweet people. But no, it was somebody I worked with one time, and it just didn't happen that day. But I'm still a fan. It's just he had a bad day that day, and I was, as a makeup artist, sometimes you're the first person they meet, and then you're gonna get that heat.
Oh yeah, when they come in the green room or the dressing room, that's true. Yeah. You are the first person that they most likely gonna interact with. Yeah. So whatever they came from, yes, they're coming straight to you. Oh man, Miss Wiggy, if you had to start all over, right? If you had to start all over, or if you're meeting someone that wants to get into the business, what advice would you have changed if you would change anything, or what advice would you give that person that wanted to go into the industry?
I would tell them, get ready to cry. Get ready to cry.
Wow.
Get ready to be humbled every day. When you go to work as an artist in any capacity, go in like it's your first day of work.
Right.
Because that way you won't be complacent.
That's good.
The reason why I say you're gonna cry, because if you're just starting and you're having issue mastering complexion, because when I first started, I had an issue matching foundation. Everybody looked like a ghost. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Everybody looked like a ghost.
Oh man.
Ghost. Everybody a ghost.
Everybody looking like a sugar donut.
Yeah, sugar donut. Oh my God. If I look at my work back in there when I first started, I said, oh my God.
Oh man.
Listen. But
everybody looking like they need lotion.
Yes. We have come a long way. No one looks like ghosts. No, there's no ghost. Everybody's alive and well.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So, if you're trying to master a technique, you're not gonna get it the first, second, maybe the 10th time. So it's gonna take forever, because with the makeup, I feel like you have to do the technique of every section a couple of times. So you have the face, you gotta know skincare. Every skin is different. You can't use the same products. Then, okay, so you finally master skincare. Now you gotta master foundation. Which shade work with which? If a foundation has sunblock on there, and you put that foundation on someone that's about to take pictures, they're gonna have a cast. I learned that the hard way. Sunblock gives a reflective cast, because that reflection stops the sun from penetrating your skin, right?
Gotcha.
So boom. Then after you do that, then you have to learn. Sometimes people come and they have discoloration. You gotta know, you have to know this thing called color theory. If any artist, whether you're a painter, an artist that draws or whatever, or paints, they know. If you don't know about primary colors, secondary colors, what color cancel what, you're gonna always make everyone look orange. I look at some artists now, and everyone looks orange because they don't understand color theory and they don't understand undertones. Especially people of color, we don't just have one color. We have 3, sometimes even 4 shades of color. Yes. We have light, we have contrast, we have our undertone, and then we have our overall color at the top. Just like a dog that's double coated with fur, under fur, and the fur at the top. It's the same thing with people of color. People who are white and very pale, they ain't got no color like that, but a lot of them got redness. You have to add that color. You have to warm them up. You have to make them brighten them. You get what I'm saying? So imagine all of those combinations just to do makeup on different skin tone, different undertones. That takes a long time.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, so first you have to know their skin.
Yes.
The complexity of their skin.
Yes.
You have to know okay, and then what are we doing? Are we doing a photo shoot? Are we in a film? What about like if it's daytime versus they're getting filmed during the night? Does that play a role as well?
So if you know that it's like for example, it's like a date night, you have a foundation you can put on, make sure it doesn't have SPF. So it doesn't have SPF in there, you good. It'll work throughout the whole day. Gotcha. I like my foundations to not have it, because that way I don't have to worry about flashback. But then sometimes I love for it to have flashback if I'm doing photography outside where the sun is reflected, because it makes the skin look more luminous. Right. And then you have to learn about lighting.
I'm saying like I know what I'm talking about.
Right. But you have to learn about lighting. Different lighting gives you different effects of the makeup, right? And they have makeup for video when you're on set that is HD, so it works together with the HD camera. Yes, wow. I have that too.
Wow. Okay.
Then you got to work with the eye shape. Some people don't have a lot of eye space. You see how Nicki Minaj has the big wing? Yes. Someone who's like Asian, you do that, it's not gonna even show up. You have to learn to do it for them, for their eye shape.
Wow. Man, so, that's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So I tell all the artists this. I said, I know it's like it's so frustrating in the beginning. You're gonna cry. I cried so much you would think somebody died
Oh
because
man.
I just could not get it. I just could not. And then finally, I had to literally buy books. All these behind me are makeup books. I had to buy books and educate myself. Yes, I did go to YouTube University, but a lot of things I had to trial and error,
Yes.
writing down this don't work, this don't work, this don't work, just to find out, okay, I finally got it. And then as soon as you got it, you have to find your own signature as a makeup artist.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to do
That's
more
good.
heavy makeup? Are you going to do more light makeup? Are you going to do more medium coverage? Because not everyone has the same style of makeup.
Right.
Everyone should, when people see your work, they should like, oh yeah, that's Wiggy work. Oh, that's such and such work. But sometimes if you don't have your own identity as a makeup artist, you'll just fall with the shuffle of everybody doing what they call Instagram makeup.
Instagram makeup. Interesting.
Right. Instagram makeup is it's the one that's kind of like close to drag, and it's like the big lashes and it's just heavy, and everyone looks orange to me because they don't. Some people have undertone. It's more cool. So that means it's like kind of like cool colors are like blue and stuff like that. Some people have pink undertone. Some people are black, like dark skin like me with pink undertone. So if you put a highlighter that's orange, they're gonna look dead.
Wow, man, it's a lot of work out here, man. A lot of work. So I got one last question for you before we go. If you had the opportunity to do makeup for one person, any person that you choose, who would that be? I kind of have an idea, but who would that be?
Who? Name them. Name one person.
Beyonce.
I know. Beyonce, please.
Beyonce.
I study Beyonce's makeup artist, Sir John.
Okay.
I love his makeup. Danessa Myricks, even Jennifer Lopez makeup. They all do the three technique that I like. They do light and they do contour, and it just looks so beautiful. Like Beyonce always looks so nice, right? Yes. And so I would love to work with Beyonce. Who else? I have to pick a guy too. Let me pick a guy.
Yeah, which guy would you pick?
Maybe like Denzel Washington, him or his son. You know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, his son is acting now as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Or for a woman, another woman, I would say maybe like Issa Rae or Oprah. Issa Rae for sure.
Issa Rae got some good skin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, listen, you on your way, because I mean, you in the circle. You in the circle and you doing your thing. You're doing your thing. What has been the best skill that has made you successful that you would share to people? Hey, if you do this has helped me in my career. You know, if you focus on this or this can help you in your career. What is that tip?
Oh, it's so many things. I'm gonna go list them real quick. I would say,
okay, go ahead.
Of course, put God first.
Okay. Amen. Come on now.
2, believe in yourself when nobody else does. Even if you have one person believing you, keep going. There, as a makeup artist, we do have downtime where you're not gonna. It may be months, and you may not get any calls for makeup. During that time, you need to make sure your head is in these books, reading, mastering, practicing, or doing your own photo shoots, working on your skills, right?
That's good.
Because you are as good. I remember this guy telling me this in beauty school. He was my teacher. He said, you are as good as your last hairstyle for makeup. You are as good as your last makeup that you did. So it don't matter if you did a makeup 10 days ago and a person looked absolutely amazing, but the last person you did after them, were their makeup amazing? If their makeup wasn't amazing, that means that person 10 days ago don't even matter.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna say you fell off. You
Right,
slipping.
right.
You're not consistent.
You're not
Consistency.
consistent. Right, right. And I will also say take care of your mental health because it is a journey of it's a lot of rejection. I got rejected. I think me and Michael Jordan, we like this. We got rings for rejection. I got rejected so many times. And if it wasn't for God, my mentor, and just my motivation to just keep going, I would not be here. So no matter what, it may not you may not make no money. You may have a season where you make a lot of money. And so just keep it going, especially if you're from your parents are from the islands. My people told me we didn't send you to makeup school, we sent you to regular school to go to good education. And I went
to be a doctor, a nurse, and this and that, a lawyer.
They were mad. Don't listen to them. Still keep your job if you have a 9 to 5. Still keep.
Well, that's right.
Job. You gotta pay your bills.
The bills got to get paid. That's right.
Get paid, but just keep going. And also don't be afraid to know your worth. If you feel like you got to upgrade your prices, upgrade prices. And when you upgrade your prices, make sure your skill upgrades as well to match it.
There we go.
Take makeup classes, pay for classes, meet different artists. Other artists are not your competitors, my love.
Say it again. Say it again.
You're not your competitor. Just like we have a lot of doctors as makeup artists. I feel like oh, when someone else is a makeup artist, I don't want to work with them because they're doing what I'm doing. You cannot do makeup for everyone in the world. Okay? You have to hone into your demographic. I know my demographic, how much money she makes, what she does, what he does. I know them to the T and I market to them. Find your demographic and market to them. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't try to put your net wide and try to get all the people to do makeup for, because they may not want to pay you. They may undermine your work. Just make sure you find your target and you set your eyes on your target and keep your intentions pure and hold on tight because it's bumpy. Because
it's a bumpy ride.
Right, as an artist. And that's it.
Oh man, yeah, man, it's a bumpy ride, but it's a joyful ride. I mean, you're able to meet so many different people and have such a wonderful experience. Like, life is to be lived, and you living over there, Miss Wiggy. You living, man. So congrats to you. Congrats to you on all your success. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be here on the podcast. You dropped a lot of gems for everyone, that want to get into the makeup artist industry, or if not, just to want to be a better entrepreneur, better business person. You dropped a lot of gems. So want to thank you so much for taking the time, for being with us. And once again, everyone, please put your comments below. What was one of the gems that you heard in this episode that you came away with? Please, I would love to know and love to hear your feedback. And we're gonna put the links below. All the products that Miss Wiggy recommended, her Amazon shop store. We're gonna put it on there. And listen, you're gonna see in the credits now when she do these movies out here. You're gonna see in the credits. I'm gonna say that's my friend. I used to work with her. I used to work with her.
Follow me on social media. I'm gonna be on TikTok more, giving more tips, because I feel like I love TikTok. There's so much to learn there. But I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X, and TikTok as Makeup by Wiggy. I know some people want me to mentor them. I'm sorry, I cannot mentor you at this time because I'm still learning, and I just don't want to start mentoring you, and I just don't have the time for you. Right. So, but just follow my journey, and I'm always looking for people from my makeup team or to send work to as well. So,
all right, well, there you guys go. So hit her up if you're interested in being in the industry, and maybe she can give you opportunity, but don't mess it up, because we already talked about your reputation is important. And if somebody Wiggy, you sent me this person, and nah, I ain't messing with you. Nah, you can't be messing up people's reputation. Now you got to be ready. You got to be ready to go. Ready to go. And make sure you wash your brushes now.
Wash your brushes every
Wash
week.
your brushes. People out here getting allergic reactions to stuff. You gotta be careful now. You gotta be careful. Well, thank you so much, Wiggy, man. You have a great day. We'll talk, okay?